Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of Tess Holliday saying she was body shamed by a flight attendant. Apparently, during a flight, she somehow got into a conversation about bodies and weight. We're also going to be taking a look at some of the comments underneath that video that were siding with the flight attendant, as well as a follow-up video where she responds to them, so be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. She's going to be responding to this comment that reads, "Flying is always so anxiety-inducing because of this. So sorry you had this experience. You aren't alone."
Originally, I wasn't going to go into great detail about what happened to me, but given the amount of people that have reached out to me, and now that I have been in contact with United, not Delta, because I misspoke. I was angry when I posted. I wasn't thinking because I flew Delta on the way to Tampa, United on the way back home to LA. And I'm in talks with United now. I'm flying with my 9-year-old who was so excited to fly first class for the first time. He had flown when he was a baby, but didn't remember, so this was a really exciting experience for him.
For him.
We're on the airplane. We are watching Lilo and Stitch. I'm telling you this for a reason. And we have both...
Because it's the best movie ever? Is that why you're telling us that? Do you think I don't know? You don't get to be as old as I am. 22 years old. Shut the f*** up. You shut the f*** up. Without knowing that Lilo and Stitch is the best movie ever. Shut the f*** up. You shut the f*** up.
And we have both of our TVs at the exact same time. I paused my TV because I said I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, so your TVs were synchronized, and then you started getting possessed. Oh my God, calm down. Okay, sorry.
I paused the TV at about 18 minutes, 30 seconds. I go to the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom maybe a total of 2 minutes. When I get up out of the bathroom, get up from the toilet seat, my hip hit the flight attendant call button. I get a knock on the door from the flight attendant in first class cabin asking if I'm okay, to which I reply yes.
Okay, that's embarrassing. And also confusing. You didn't realize that your hip hit the button, so they just come knocking. They're like, "Are you okay in there?" And you're like, "Is this because I'm living in a larger body? Huh? You think I couldn't possibly be okay in here?" But it's because you hit the button with your hip?
I get out of the cabin, and the flight attendant said, "Oh, those bathrooms are so small." And I go, "I know. Did they get smaller?" And he responded to me and said, "Well, you know why they're small? Because the airlines don't make money on them." And I was like, "T." We had a little laugh about it. I wish the conversation
Indeed.
ended there, but it did not. He then proceeds to tell me that his sister was using his companion flight, who was a very, very, very large woman, probably my size.
Okay. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
And that she had gotten a middle seat because she was flying standby. The person beside her didn't like that she was large, filed a complaint with the airline, to which United then reached out.
The person didn't like that she was large, or she was spilling into their seat?
To the flight attendant that was telling me this, and said things about his sister that made him uncomfortable, to which he said, "I never told my sister because they weren't very nice things." And it's so crazy how you're so close to dunking the basketball, but you completely hit it off court.
A very common saying.
Because then what he proceeded to tell me was that, but he did agree that she did need to lose weight, that she was very large, and that he saw I was traveling with my child, and that if I cared about my child, that I would do something, that I would lose the weight.
Okay, so he agreed that this person that couldn't really fit into their own seat and was spilling into somebody else's seat needed to lose weight. And then he proceeded to tell you if you cared about your child that you would lose weight. Okay?
I then told him that I work as a diversity and inclusivity consultant.
It's a shame that that one woman couldn't fit into her seat. She should probably do something about that. I see that you have a child. If you care about him, you should probably lose weight. I work as a diversity and inclusivity consultant. What the hell does that have to do with literally anything? I don't know how that's a retort to all the stuff that the guy said. What he said was not very nice, or rather, it's not his place to say these things, right? He shouldn't be getting up in your business and telling you, oh, you need to lose weight for your child and all this type of stuff, but I am a diversity consultant isn't really a proper retort. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense in response to that, actually. He's like, oh, you're a diversity consultant? Well, then forget everything I just said, I guess.
With brands to help them with issues like this with
right, but that's not any sort of retort to what he said.
With folks being discriminated against, etc. He didn't even hear what I said, because then he flew past me and started talking about how he was in the military, how he had to eat the military meals, they were full of sodium, it made him feel unhealthy, and that his German wife, who weighs less than 100 pounds, bakes their bread from scratch and doesn't eat any of the processed crap in America.
All right, this guy's starting to get annoying now.
And that's why she is slender. I didn't really know what to say.
This is very unhinged. How did we get into such a lengthy conversation? Just go into the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, I'm leaving the bathroom. I say that it's small in there. Next thing you know, we're talking about your wife's bread or whatever. Like, how did we get here? I don't want to talk to you this much, random jerk off on the stupid plane. What are you doing?
I know a lot in the comments. Everybody's like, you should have said this. You should have done this. In the moment, I was trying to be polite because I'm traveling with who? My child.
Okay, you like to bring up your child a lot. Like, my child was excited that they were flying first class for the first time. They were excited that we were watching Lilo and Stitch. This, that, and the other thing. You keep bringing up your kid.
He then goes on to tell me that because of my size, I am kidding myself if I think that I don't need to lose weight, and that my main issue is in my belly region because that is the killer.
He's been watching all those stupid old commercials that are like, your belly fat is dangerous. You need this product.
Because all of the fat and the inflammation wraps around your organs, making it really difficult if they need to resuscitate you. Which
he went into all this.
Triggered for me because a few days prior, I actually had to help when someone was incapacitated while their children were there, while I'm on the phone with 911, who was a larger bodied individual.
What does that have to do with anything?
Who was not able to be resuscitated on the scene, and it really messed with me.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but it's got nothing to do with this current situation. Just so you guys know, that thing you said to me reminded me of another terrible thing that I've been through recently. Okay, I'm sorry.
It messed with me. So I heard what he's saying, and I hear what you guys are thinking. Oh, logically, he was just being helpful. That's not the point. That's not the point. You don't say things like that to people. He said a myriad of other things.
How long were you talking to this person, and why?
The conversation lasted entirely too long. Thankfully, I excused myself from the conversation when another passenger came up to use the bathroom.
What? You were stuck by the bathroom after you came out, talking to this person this entire time, and you could only pull away when another customer came along to use the bathroom? All right, so this flight attendant is one of those people that has no ability to pick up on social cues at all. You were trying to pull away for like 10 minutes, and they just kept on yapping at you after you came out of the bathroom. Like, by the way, belly fat's a killer. My German wife, who weighs less than 100 pounds, is always baking us bread. And you're like, Jesus Christ. You're just trying to like pull away. You know when you're in a conversation with a boring person that just keeps droning on, and you keep trying to do this little maneuver, you're like, okay, no. Beth, no, that's an amazing story, Beth. I love where this is going, but I'm just gonna kind of start trying to head in this particular direction over. You know how people don't pick up on that? Like when you're not into the conversation at all. I pick up on it instantly, dude. If I go to you and I'm like, hey, dude, how's it going? And you're like, it's okay. And I feel that like pull back a little bit. I'm like, oh, all right then. Don't let me bother you, dude. Bye. Some people don't have that, though. You can't sense that I am dying inside listening to you, my friend? Oh, my God.
I went back to my seat, to which my 9-year-old said, where were you?
Where were you, Mom? You were gone for like 20 minutes. You said you were going to the bathroom, and then I look back there and see you talking to some guy about bread. What the hell is going on?
I'm on 31 minutes of the movie. You were gone for quite some time. I then told him what happened. He was obviously annoyed. I sit in my seat, and then 2 seconds later, the flight attendant comes around.
You told your small child what happened? I wouldn't burden them with that.
Asking if anyone wants snacks, to then which he offers my 9-year-old a pack of gummies because he said it would keep him from being tempted. So...
What? Hold on.
To then which he offers my 9-year-old a pack of gummies because he said it would keep him from being tempted.
I don't understand that. Keep him from being tempted from what? We're afraid that the kid might go on to eat junk food later on, so we're giving him some junk food? I don't get it.
So, I will let you guys know what happens with United, but obviously, it sucked.
Okay, so that's a crazy story. The flight attendant starts talking to Tess Holliday about her body and all of this other stuff when she goes to use the bathroom. She gets stuck over there talking to this person for like 10, 20 freaking minutes. Personally, I think that's very rude. Regardless of what I think is healthy or is not healthy, I don't think you should go around giving people unsolicited advice or pushing your stuff on them. If somebody wants my advice on these matters, I am more than willing to give it to them, but I'm not going to go out there and just start telling people how to live or be like, hey, you look like this, therefore you should do this. So it's my opinion that the flight attendant shouldn't have said anything. Now we're going to be taking a look at some of the comments that agree with the flight attendant. Melissa asks, where did he lie though? There are 6 replies. Let's see what these people said. He didn't, but nobody asked for his opinion. Don't comment on other people's bodies or eating habits. Just don't. Even if you mean well, even if you are stating pure facts, just say nothing. Honestly, I agree with that. Agata says, honestly, I don't believe they ever mean well. Have you seen thin person hearing anything for eating unhealthy food, drinking, smoking? Seriously, let's stop pretending it's about anything nice, and let's stop pretending we don't know we are fat and that we are at risk. It's the audacity for me. What makes a total effing stranger think it's okay to talk this way to a complete stranger? I would be aghast if someone I knew spoke to me this way. A stranger? WTF. This person says, babe, it's 2025. In this age of Monjaro, what excuse do you have? Right, but he shouldn't have been talking to her about her personal stuff randomly, right? You guys don't think that's cool, right? It doesn't matter what we think about, like, what's healthy and what's not. We don't think it's okay to give people unsolicited advice and just go up to them and start insulting their body. Right? I don't think that's cool. Excuse me? She does not have to make excuses to you or anyone else about her body. There are a lot of caps in a lot of these responses, a lot of very passionate individuals. Yeah, yet she has to take accountability. Being a consultant for diversity is insane if you do not acknowledge health issues. I don't understand how those are related. This person says, he's exactly right. OMG, why would he think that's appropriate? Wow, he really just kept going, huh? That's what I thought. What the heck? You got me stuck back here talking to your ass for like 10 minutes. Unsolicited advice is a power trip. I've never thought of it that way, but perhaps it is. It's definitely an ego trip. Let me go ahead and tell you how to live, since I know better than you. You're clearly struggling. Maybe just look at like a wake-up call. It's all true, says JoJo. Tess responded with, someone loves me. Okay. Alright, so some people actually agreed with the flight attendant. Now we're going to be taking a look at a follow-up video from Tess responding to those people. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes, I'm in my car making another video. What about it? To everyone that's
Uh-oh, a breaking down in the car video. Oh boy, here we go. Jeez.
On my mother in post about the flight attendant.
I like how the captions change themselves to things that are less egregious. Instead of mother effing post, it said cutesy.
Post about the flight attendant and then being crazy fatphobic to me, and everyone's like, but he was right.
Is that how they sounded? But he was right. That is how I read those particular comments in that particular tone.
What's it like to be a dumb bitch?
It said to have a pea-sized brain in the captions.
What's it like?
What's it like to be a dumbass bitch? I don't know. It's exhausting, honestly. It's tiring. You know that? Like, what else? What else sucks about my horrible life? I don't know. You know, there's a lot. I could go on and on, Tess. We could be here all day. Let's just continue this.
Is it fun over there?
No.
Do you guys have snacks and, like, fun things to do?
No, it's miserable. It's miserable being a dumbass bitch like me. I'm telling you, Tess, it's not a good time. It's not a good time. Oh, you're talking about, like, people that were mean to you or whatever. This doesn't have anything to do with me. Well, it sucks. It sucks to be a dumbass bitch, I can tell you that.
Because you sound really stupid.
That's one of the worst things, is sounding dumb all the time.
And honestly, a lot of you are really ugly. I looked at your pages, so...
What are we doing? Why you gotta say I'm ugly, man? First of all, those weren't my comments, so she's not talking to me. But secondly, how dare you? What the heck, man? All right, I could handle you calling me all types of phobic and this, that, and the other thing, but ugly? It's not that I'm ugly. Now you've gone too far, Tess. You always gotta go too far, man. Like, I was just playing around and stuff. But you gotta go too far every time.
I'm not taking advice from ugly people.
Okay, so Tess's response to people saying, actually, I think the flight attendant might be right, is to call them all ugly. You're all ugly. I'm not listening to ugly people. Valid. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they were ugly or not. You're absolutely insane to say that you should only listen to attractive people. We don't know if they were hot or not. Oh, wait, no. Maybe I should be a little deeper and realize that the way that somebody looks doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you should listen to them. No. You're all ugly. Get out, stupid. Okay, so that was my surgery arm! Interesting. Personally, I think that's absolutely insane that the flight attendant accosted you in the back of the plane by the lavatory to talk about your body for like 20 minutes. He's like, by the way, my sister's larger. I have a wife who's German. Let me tell you about this bread. And you're like, Jesus Christ, I've been back here for like freaking 20 minutes. Can I get out of here? It sounds like that flight attendant was completely out of line. And it's very interesting that a lot of people in the comments actually agreed with the flight attendant. Regardless of my personal beliefs, I don't believe in going around giving people unsolicited advice or talking about their bodies in particular. That's very insulting. But what do you think? Leave a comment below. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.